Hello, everyone, and welcome onto the campus of Huntington University. We've got softball action today between the Huntington University Foresters and the IU South Bend Titans. We are in the bottom of the first. It was a leadoff single by the freshman Casey Hinkle, who got the Foresters' offense rolling early, and they're having some great at-bats. At a stab at that one by Gina Moore is strike number 2. 2-2 is the count. The Foresters come in at 5-5, coming off a win against IU Southeast in their last game, and the Titans at 3-7 are coming off of 2 straight losses from that same opponent. On the mound, here's the pitch. Foul ball to the left side. We've seen a lot of that here early as Gina Moore hangs in there. She's a .320 hitter so far in the season. All of her hits singles with 4 RBIs. Sorry for some technical difficulties. We're a little short-staffed today, but bringing you Forester softball here for the first time in quite some time on a dreary Wednesday afternoon. Got bumped back to today after a rain-filled Tuesday, and now we'll see if the Foresters can take advantage of it today as Moore pokes another one out of play. Take you through the defensive side. For IU South Bend, Caitlin Allen is roaming in left field. Josie Raymer in center. In right field, it's Taylor Larson. And around the diamond, Danielle Gebhardt, Jade Baker, Jordan Watts, Summer Johnson, Maddie Leisure behind the dish. And on the mound, Savannah Hamilton. 2-2 again. That one's low, and now the count runs full. Moore and Hickle putting back-to-back great at-bats here now against the pitcher on the mound, Savannah Hamilton. The payoff pitch. Gina Moore rips it. That's a fair ball down the right field line. She's on her way to second. Hickle to third. Coach Ayler is going to hold her up at third base, and it's runners on second and third. Nobody out for the Foresters after a single and double to start this game. That has been the strong suit for the Foresters this season. They are playing tremendous softball at 5.6 runs per game. They're nearly a 300 team right now at the plate, and they are only striking out 3.5 times per contest. So their offense has been what's kept them in games and so far has led them to their 5 wins. This Forester team is filled with young players, a strong sophomore class, and at the plate now, a senior that leads this team, Courtney Mason, playing first base today. She swings and misses at the first pitch she sees. Mason in a little bit of a rut here to start her senior season, just a .217 hitter, trying to find her groove at the plate. Big opportunity here to knock in some early runs. The 0-1. Mason takes high. That goes to the backstop. Runner home from third. Diving in safe, and the Foresters grab an early lead with aggressive base running by Casey Hickle, who's been a bright spot as a freshman at the top of the order. That'll be a wild pitch as Mason will still be at the plate with one more on third. Mason gets the signs from Coach Ayler. And now Savannah Hamilton looking to get out of this jam. The pitch. Suicide squeeze on there as Mason was trying to get it down, but it's a called strike at the bottom of the zone. Count is 1-2. Foresters would love to knock in that second run and give their freshman on the mound a comfortable lead. Emma Payton, who had a scoreless first, faced 4 batters and is coming off a game where she went 4 hitless innings in her first career collegiate start. Up and out of the zone, the count is 2-2. Mason takes time, waits for Hamilton to get ready. Hamilton's 2-2 pitch. Mason grounds it right side. Tough play, roaming over the second baseman, and just in time to first there, as that was Jordan Watts who makes the play 4-3, but the Foresters get their second run, and Mason has her 5th run knocked in. So the first two Foresters get on. They quickly come around to score. And HU off to a great start here in their home opener. That'll bring up Bree Hines, another senior on this team, batting fourth here today. Gets a piece of the first pitch she sees, strike number one. She comes in hitting .353 on the year, 1 home run, 5 knocked in. She's driven in a lot of runs throughout her career here for the Foresters. Made a great play to end the top of the first as well in left field. Over the shoulder grab that got her freshman pitcher out of trouble. Pitch. Too far outside. The count's 1-1. Savannah Hamilton getting the signs from her catcher, Leisure. Now she's ready to roll. 1-1 pitch. That one's right at the bottom of the zone. Caught the outside corner. The count is 1-2. Already mentioned this Forester team does not strike out often at all. Just 3.5 strikeouts from their batters on average so far this season. Hines settles back in. Hamilton's pitch. Lifted into shallow left center. That's going to get down for the third hit in this first inning, and Hines keeps her hot streak going with another single. That turns it over to Jess Duvall. She's been the star on this team here in the early season. Already 4 extra base hits, leads the team with 8 RBIs. Today, her and her twin sister roaming the left side of the infield. Jess waits for the pitch. That one's up and out for ball 1. Coach Ayler raved about her team's offense. They're playing selfless softball, she said. The sophomore class is now taking a couple more veteran at-bats after kind of jumping in as freshmen last year, and this young pitching staff. Something to watch for a promising young team as Duvall's up 2-0. Her goal in this double dip today was to get her offense going and then lean on potentially her ace in game 2 and Carly Franklin, see if the Foresters can get over the 500 mark. Hitters count. Duvall drives one, left center field. Back goes the left and center fielder. It goes all the way to the wall. Hines is being waved by Coach Ayler. Here's the throw, not in time, and Duvall, who's leading the team in RBIs, adds on another one, her 9th of the year, and the Foresters are rolling in this first inning. That's the 3rd double already on the season for Jess Duvall. Make it RBI number 9, and it's all HU with Chloe Gregory stepping back up. Gregory having a little bit of a slow start to the year at the plate, can add on another. She stares at strike 1 on the outside corner. Gregory played a lot last year as a freshman. Today at second base for HU. Hamilton right now just trying to get her way out of this first inning as the Foresters have come out swinging. There's another swing. Gregory pops it up and out of play, and the count is 0-2. Maddie Duvall, the shortstop, waits on deck. Maddie Goheen and Carly Tharp to follow. Savannah Hamilton ready to roll again, looking for her first strikeout of the day. The pitch, lifted right side, roaming over and making the running crab up against the fence. A great play there by Taylor Larson. Jess Duvall does move up to third base, and she'll have to slam on the brakes there, but what a grab by Larson. And now there's 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Smart base running there by Duvall to get a little closer. And she tagged up from second and went to third, and now it'll be up to Maddie Duvall. Already saw her sister knock in a run to knock in the 4th run for the Foresters. Pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Duvall at the plate, Duvall on third. And the Foresters up 3-0 here early in front of their home crowd. Game number 1 on HU's campus this season. The pitch. That one's low. Great stab behind the plate to keep that in front by Leisure. And now the count's 1-1. Maddie having a productive offensive start to her season. 300 batter. She's knocked in a handful of runs with a couple of doubles as well. 1-1 pitch. Up and out. Count is 2-1. And not that pitch counts really matter as much in softball, but the Foresters have really worked Savannah Hamilton in this first inning, making her throw a ton of pitches. Here comes the 2-1. Up and out again, same miss. Count now 3-1 as Maddie Duvall's in charge. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch a little out of the zone, but Maddie Duvall ready to swing at that. It's now evened up at full. Jess still down at third. Foresters up 3-0 here. We'll get the scoreboard working again here in just a few moments. Just working on some mechanical errors and graphics, and then we'll have that up on the board for you. 3-2 pitch. Duvall stays alive, fouls it straight back off the screen. Maddie Duvall standing in. Here's the 3-2 again. Lifted up and out of play, and that'll keep the inning alive as there's 2 down. The Foresters up 3-0. Savannah Hamilton trying to get out of this first inning. Damage already done for HU. The pitch. That one's too low. It's a walk. So it'll be Jess on third, Maddie on first, and now Maddie Goheen will make her way to the plate. She's had limited action so far doing the catching today. Just 0 for 6 at the plate, but has walked 3 times. Looking to be a big part of this productive offense here on the young season. The Titans catcher, Maddie Leisure, giving a talk to the pitcher, Savannah Hamilton, as she'll try to reset and get out of this long first inning. Hamilton has given up 3, all earned so far in this first. Runners on the corner, HU trying to add on. Hamilton's first pitch to Goheen. That one's top of the zone. Throw down to second, and no one there. And Maddie Duvall's going to sneak in with a steal. And then on the backside, Jess steals home. So the Foresters pull off the double steal, and now they're up 4-0 with some crafty base running. So that'll keep Goheen at the plate. She won't get an RBI, but a run scores while she's up there. The pitch, outside corner. The count's now 0-2. Carly Tharp waits on deck. A unique 9-hole hitter hitting .333 on the season with one of the 2 home runs for the Foresters on the year. 0-2 pitch. Fouled off. Savannah Hamilton trying to get just one more out here and get her team back at the plate. See if they can do some work off of Emma Payton. 0-2 pitch. Lifted into the infield, right side underneath it, and making the grab to retire the side is Summer Johnson. And that will send us to the top of the second. We'll take a quick break. It's the Foresters up 4-0 after 1.
Respect that I have for anybody doing grip work on a feature film is through the roof.
On set this week, we have Stephen Baldwin.
Let's leave him to do the miracles and me to handle the business.
On the technical side, it was better than anything I've ever experienced before. Kudos to Huntington University.
I'm afraid our conversation ends right here.
We also have casted Bethany Lind. She's on Ozarks and a DC series right now.
You just left, you didn't call, I thought you were dead.
I think this is an amazingly immersive experience. I wish I had had something like this.
Pros come in, and they've come in from all over the country, our department heads.
The first 2 weeks of mentorship, I mean, it's a lot of teaching. Let's see if I can catch any more. It's fun to see where the students are now. We're on week 4, day 17. We're getting there now. I think it's good to walk away.
I think everybody on this project is in a little bit over our heads. But the prerequisite for being used by God is self-doubt. And we are all being used by God.
All of us are here and gifted with different things by God, and
all those 4-0 as the freshman Emma Payton will work in her second inning so far today. She's coming off a collegiate start that a lot of people would dream of, just 3 outs away from a no-hitter in start number 1 in Forester Green. That was in a 11-0 win over Kaiser. 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 walks, 3 Ks. And she had a scoreless first inning as she gets a pop-up here into shallow center field. The shortstop unable to make a play. That's going to be an error on the Foresters as Maddie Duvall couldn't get that one to fall into the glove, and the leadoff man is on for IU South Bend. So I'll go E6 as Jayla Patton will start on first base. Jade Baker now the shortstop for IU South Bend stands in. First pitch falls away from the righty for ball number 1. Foresters today in their black unis, green pants. Breaking ball over the top of the zone, strike 1. Count is 1-1. Peyton is just a freshman out of Bringhurst, Indiana, where she went to Carroll High School. So one of these young, talented players. Ball chopped right in front of the plate. Goheen up in time at first base as a little indecision from the first base umpire, but it looks like he made the right call, and that's 1 down here in the top of the second. That'll go put out 2-1. Great play by Goheen, who hasn't had the offensive start that she's wanted so far, but as a catcher, if you can bring that defense every day, that adds a lot to this team. Swing and a miss on the first pitch from Jordan Watts. Foresters, once again, they were slated to play yesterday, got rained out. Now they're taking on the Titans today, trying to get over 500. Soft fly ball to center field. Back goes the center fielder for the Foresters, and making the grab before the track is Carly Tharp, and now 2 quick outs on the mound for Peyton.
Up next, third baseman, number 3, Danny Garbert.
2 down, and now Gebhardt will step up. She's the third baseman today for the Titans, and she'll have to come up with a 2-out hit. Here's the pitch. 1 too far outside, ball 1. Second pitch. That one snaps at the bottom of the zone. The count 1-1. What Coach Ayler had to say about her freshman pitchers is that they are extremely gritty. They're not going to miss a ton of bats with swings and misses, but they pitch to contact, and so far we've seen that again by Peyton, as that one is too far outside, 2-1. We talked about how Franklin's kind of the ace on the staff. We'll talk about her in Game 2, having another great season this year. This team's got a lot of promising talent. There's a swing and a miss. Count 2-2. After a Lead-off error by the shortstop, Maddie Duval. Peyton tries to get out of it. She gets another pop-up, this time to the right side. Tracking back and making the grab is Gina Moore, and that will retire the side. We'll send it to another break. It's the bottom of 2. Foresters still up 4-0. Making a nice catch. Tharp steps in as a .333 hitter. She's got a homer and 4 runs knocked in on the young season. First pitch to Tharp. Hits another deep one to center field. Back on it goes Raymer. Looks up, can't get to it. It's off the wall. Tharp digging for 3, slams on the break, but it's a leadoff double on the first pitch that Tharp sees today. And that extra leadoff man at the bottom of the lineup keeps the offense going. And now Hickel, who had a great at-bat her first time up, will step back up to the plate. Talked about it in the bottom of the first. Tharp, a unique 9-hole hitter, and the fact that she can bat at the top of the order, but kind of keeps the offense going down in that 9 spot. Now well over 300 on the year. Pitch. Hickel takes strike 1. Slap hitter in a way is Hickel. Loves to knock the ball the other way. Her first time up, hit a single right back at the pitcher and up the middle. She got everything going, and then the Foresters followed it up with 3 more behind her. 0-1 pitch. There it is. Left side right at the shortstop. Off the bare hand. Tharp caught in the middle. She's going to try to advance to third, and she is out on the tag. Oh, maybe she was safe. Excuse me. She was safe diving in. Just got under the tag of Gebhardt. So now the Foresters again have runners on the corner after Hinkle hits another hard line drive to the left side. That was a close play over at third. I thought Tharp might have been tagged out, but instead, HU maybe benefits from a call, and now they have a chance to add on, already up 4 runs in this game. Gina Moore will be the batter as she swings at the first pitch. Off and running is Hickel, and the Titans will willingly give her a stolen base. And now 2 runners in scoring position. Moore had a double directly down the right field line her first time up. Down 0-1 in the count. The pitch. Moore fouls it straight back, and now the count's 0-2. Talked about Moore having only singles coming into today. That was her first extra base hit in the bottom of the first, excuse me. And another one here would put the Foresters up at least 6. 0-2 pitch. Moore able to hold off. Count now 1-2. In her first at bat, Moore saw a ton of pitches, was actually looking to bunt the first few pitches. And then Coach Ayler gave her the green light. Rocked to double down the right field line. 1-2. This one's lifted. We'll see if it's deep enough to score the run. Tharp tagging up, caught, left side Allen. Throw home is not going to be in time. Gina Moore has her first RBI of the day, and the Foresters up 5-0, still in business with Hinkle out at second.
Number 14, Courtney Mason.
So an out, but a productive one as Gina Moore collects RBI number 5 on the year. It's a sac fly. And now Courtney Mason, who's looking to get her swing going in this early season, up at the plate. Pitch, down too low, 1-0 count. Mason gets the signs from Aaron down the third base line, and now on the mound, Savannah Hamilton ready to roll. A 1-0 pitch. Mason showing bunt. Throw to third is not on line, and another stolen base for the Foresters as Hickle is able to slide in. That looked like it was designed by the Foresters. Maybe a fake bunt steal call on for Coach Ayler, and it works to perfection. And now just a few feet away down on third base, Hickle goes with Mason still at the plate. 1-1 pitch. Mason drives her in. She's got 2 RBIs on the day. That's a single through the right side, and the Foresters now in complete control, up 6-0.
Bat left field, number 20, Bree Hines.
So Mason, who had a slow start to the year, just 4 RBIs coming in. She's got 2 already today. She raises that average up, and right in the middle of this order doing some damage. Bree Hines singled her first time up. Came around to score on a double. She drives one deep right field. Coming in on it was Larson. It goes all the way off the wall. Rounding third. Here comes Mason. Throw from second is not in time, and Bree Hines adds another RBI to her total on the year. She's 2 for 2 in the first 2 innings. Hines just doing damage throughout her career at HU, and she continues to do that here in her final season. And it looks like IU South Bend might be wanting to make a change, as this Forester offense is causing a lot of issues at the moment. We'll wait and see what the change is going to be. And while we do so, we'll take a break. The Foresters up 7-0 when we come back on FDN Sports.
This is how we like to do it.
It's a pitching change for IU South Bend as Jayla Patton will come in to do the pitching. It's a short outing for Savannah Hamilton as the Foresters tag her with 7 earned runs, and she is responsible for Bree Hines out on second base. So her line not quite closed yet, but this is nothing to frown upon. HU has done this to a lot of pitchers here in this early season. Their offense continues to roll, and this home crowd enjoying it again today. So Savannah Hamilton gets through 1 1/3. And we mentioned her line not done quite yet, as we'll wait and see if her teammate Jayla Patton can get out of this jam. So it'll be stepping up to the plate, Jess Duvall, who had an RBI double her first time up. She leads the team with 9 runs knocked in. First pitch to her from Patton, dribbled to the left side, strike 1. Duval has been steady in her sophomore campaign. One of those sophomores coming back and really growing after a freshman year. That's obviously tough to come in and play in a tough Crossroads league. Here comes Patton's second pitch. That one's down too low. Count is 1-1. So far this inning, it was a leadoff double by Tharp, a single by Hickle, a stolen base by Hickle, Gina Moore with a sac fly, Courtney Mason with an RBI single, and then Bree Hines a double off the right field wall. That one is inside. Count is 2-1 in favor of Jess. Duval now has 5 extra base hits on the year. Here's the pitch. Hit to the left side. Third baseman is able to make the stop, but the throw's too high as that one gets away from the first baseman, Summer Johnson. And once again, it's runners on the corner with just 1 out. So Duval gets on again. I'm assuming that's going to be an E5, as that'll be the first error of the day for IU South Bend, and HU will have a chance to add on some more with Chloe Gregory stepping in. Pitch from Patton. Gregory takes on the outside corner, strike 1. Gregory, her first time out, flew out in foul territory to Taylor Larson, who was in right field. Pitch. Gregory hits it hard right back at third base. Only play is on to first, and this time able to make the throw over is Gebhardt. Now 2 down. The job will be up to Maddie Duval to knock in those runs. That one will go 5-3. And Maddie Duval has 2 runners in scoring position. First pitch is right in there, strike 1. Maddie waits in. Here's Patton's pitch. That one, top of the zone, strike 2. Quickly an 0-2 count on Maddie Duval. Forrester's yet to strike out here in this first couple of innings. Here's the pitch. Duval takes high, count 1-2. Maddie Duval came in as a 300 hitter so far on the year. She's knocked in 5 runs and she has walked 3 times. Here's the pitch. Duval hits it up the middle. It sneaks through. Both runners on their way home. That's going to be a 2-run single for Maddie Duval as she gets back to first in time. And right now it's all Forresters. They've put up 9 in the first 2 frames.
Now to bat catcher, number 2, Maddie Goheen.
Hines able to score from third there, and then coming around on the single as well was Jess Duval, as one sister knocks in another, and the Forresters are all over IU South Bend right now with Maddie Goheen at the plate. First pitch. That one's down too low. Maddie Duval getting a big secondary, but getting back in time. Goheen 0 for 7 on the year, looking for her first knock. Patton's pitch. That one's fouled off. The count is 1-1. As you can see, we've added a center field camera to the action as well today. So it just took us a little while to get going, but we do have 2 camera angles now, and we hope wherever you're tuning in at, you're enjoying some Forrester or Titan softball today on FDN Sports. Here's the pitch. Goheen takes a changeup, throw to second, not in time, as the Forresters continue to rack up stolen bases. And it looks like a discussion is being had here. I believe it was Maddie Duval who left first base a little early, and that's going to get IU South Bend out of the inning. But the Forresters lead 9-0 as we head to the top of the third. We'll be right back for the third frame of action on FDN Sports.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Back at Huntington University, and right now the Foresters on the happy side of the scoreboard, up 9-0 after 2 full innings. And it'll be the freshman Emma Payton out for her 3rd inning of work. HU right now dominating this game on both sides. Payton's been rock solid yet again. And the batters at the plate rolling for HU as they have done so far this season. So Payton, the freshman righty, just about ready to roll again. When you get a lead like this, you'd love to lean on Payton as long as possible, and then you'll have Carly Franklin on the mound for game 2, who's been the main part of this pitching staff for the last year. Taylor Larson, the 9-hole hitter, up now for IU South Bend. Payton gets the sign, and here's her 1-0 pitch. That one's up and out, as the count is now 1-1. Huntington off of a 8-2 win against IU Southeast, looking to make it a win streak, as that one's up too high. Count is 3-0. Payton with 31 pitches so far on the day. She's yet to give up a hit. The Foresters do have 1 error by the shortstop, Maddie Duvall. And a hit by pitch for IU South Bend as she drops that one in against Larson. And the count is 3-1. Base runners have been a premium today for the Titans. Here's the pitch. Larson fouls it off. Count back to full. On the other side, the Foresters 9 runs so far in this game in the first 2 innings, 8 hits. And just a few hitters in this lineup do not have a hit, as it does look like there were a couple of changes around the infield for HU. And we'll catch up with those in just a moment, as that one's hit up the middle. That's going to be the first hit of the day. Running it down is Tharp, and Larson starts the top of the 3rd with a leadoff single. Nice piece of hitting there by Taylor to get the offense rolling here for IU South Bend. So the defensive lineup now, it's still the same in the outfield from left to right. It's Hines, Tharp out and right, Gina Moore. Across the infield now, though, it is Jess Duvall at shortstop, Nigella Reck, also a volleyball player here at Huntington University, and Chloe Gregory, Courtney Mason at second. Goheen still doing the catching, and it's still Emma Payton on the bump. Pitch, looking to bunt, is the leadoff man. That's Caitlin Allen. Her first time out, struck out swinging. And so far in this game, that's been the only strikeout for either side. Payton's 1-0 pitch. That one's down too low. She's fallen behind the first 2 hitters in this inning, both now 2-0. Allen from the left side. The pitch. To the right side, this could be 2. Gregory on to the shortstop, Reck, back to first, not in time, but the force out at second was completed as Larson's cut down, and it'll be Allen who reaches first on the fielder's choice. That one will go 4-6, and that'll bring up Josie Raymer. It's really hard to turn double play ball against a speedy top of the order runner like Caitlin Allen. She was really getting down the line as that first pitch is up too high. It's Josie Raymer who grounded out to Jess Duvall, who was the shortstop earlier in the game. Raymer waits for the pitch. That one's lifted into center field. Back on it goes Nigella Reck. She's going to give off to Chloe Gregory, who makes the grab. She's accounted for both the outs in this inning, and now 2 down quickly as Payton settled back in. Maddie Leisure hit by a pitcher first time up. First pitch from Peyton. That one's up above the zone, ball one. Leisure, the catcher today for the Titans, waits in the pitch. That one spins in there. The count is now 1-1. Peyton using that wristband to get the pitch, now delivers. That's too high. Count 2 balls and a strike. As Peyton tries to continue her scoreless run here in the start of her Forester career. So far, yet to give up a run. There's a pitch. That one spins on the outside corner, and now it's 2-2. Runner on first is Larson, who started this inning with a leadoff single. Peyton trying to work around the second leadoff man to reach in this game. Pitch. Popped up right side. Mason gives it a look. She's going to run out of room. Count's going to stay 2-2. It's now 42 pitches on the day for Emma Peyton. Number 43 on its way. That one's down too low. Count goes full. And Leisure having a nice at bat here. She's already been on once today. Reached second base. Did not come around to score as the Foresters still lead at 9-0. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout there for Peyton. And that will end the top of the third. We head to the bottom of the third inning. It's all Foresters up 9-0 over IU South Bend. End of the second was due to Maddie Duvall leaving first base a little early on a stolen base attempt. And Goheen now, the catcher, looking for her first hit of the year, stands in against a pitcher, Patton, who came in and was able to get 2 outs. Hamilton's final line, 1 1/3, 7 hits, 8 runs, 6 earned, 1 walk. And she threw 69 total pitches. So her day is done. And now it's up to Patton to try to work through this tough Forester lineup. Patton's pitch. Grounded left side. Picked up. It was tried to pick up, I should say, by Gebhardt. She was unable to make the play, and the leadoff is on once again for HU as Goheen starts the offense up once again. It's been base runners in every single inning for HU as they continue to put on runs. Coach Ayler may be making a change here for the runner Goheen, and she'll do just that. So it'll be a pinch runner, or a courtesy runner, whichever you please, as Goheen is on, and we'll wait and see who it is. It's going to be number 6, that's Kaylee Dudzik, who will be making an appearance over at first. So that'll allow Tharp to step back up. Her first time out, she nearly left the park to dead center. A double that started the last inning, so she's up again already as the Foresters now on the day have 8 hits. It's 3 errors for IU South Bend, so Goheen still searching for that first hit, but does get on as Tharp is first pitch swinging, fouls it out of play for strike 1. So they'll go E5 as Goheen reaches, and then replaced by Dudzik, freshman out of Valpo, Indiana. Morgan Township grad getting some action here in the home opener. The pitch. Tharp takes a change up down too low. Nice block behind the plate by Leisure. Tharp, another one of those phenomenal sophomores for the Foresters that's kind of leading this group right now. Patton's pitch. Pulled hard to the left side, but foul. Count is 1-2. HU 8 hits today, and just 3 batters so far in this lineup have not collected a hit. So a chance for everyone to get involved. Patton goes through the signs, and now the 1-2. Tharp ready to go, pulls it way foul, as it's going to still be a 1-2 count. Tharp all over that one. Take a look at Coach Ayler's first 3 seasons so far with HU. She's 41-67, but in her first 2 seasons, improving upon the win total as that breaking ball is too far outside. In her first year, 16-34, 20-28 last year, 5-5 so far. Finally feels like she's got some of these first recruiting classes of hers to pull together and has the talent to do some damage as Tharp takes just outside and the count is full. Of course, we all know about what Erin Ayler did as an athlete herself, one of the best pitchers in the state of Indiana and really in the entire nation in high school, as Tharp once again fouls one out of play. If you don't know, it used to be Erin Rethlick. She was a 3-year assistant at Indiana Tech. She went to Huntington North, where she won 4 sectional titles, 4 regional titles, a semi-state. She was a runner-up for the state title, and over her last 2 seasons at Huntington North, she was 36-3. And in one of those seasons, she had a .19 ERA, as there's a force out. That one will go 6-4. Nice play by Baker over to Watts, and that'll leave Tharp at first. Rethlick was named the Gatorade Indiana Softball Player of the Year as a junior when she went 23-1, a .18 ERA. She struck out 317 batters, all while hitting .486 with 14 home runs and 36 RBIs. So, not a bad career. She did go on to play at UK as well, where she piled up 26 wins with a 2.68 ERA and was Defensive Player of the Year for the Wildcats in her junior and senior season. As Allen fouls off a pitch back trying to bunt for a hit. Counts 1-1. So Tharp over on first after the fielder's choice goes 6-4. It was Goheen who reached on an error. Dudzik cut down. And now the leadoff, Hickel, back up. She drives one up the middle. That one's caught on the fly, and it's going to be a double play as Baker is responsible for all the outs in that inning. It'll go 6-3, a twin killing, and that will send us to the top of the 4th. It's still all HU up 9-0.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's washroom is ready to serve you.
Back on the campus of Huntington University, and we're adding wiggles to this broadcast with every inning. We've now got Ryan Holzapfel on the headset, so there'll be 2 of us now. And Ryan, so far a dream start for HU, up 9-0 here in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, Yeah, you really can't ask for a better start, can you? I mean, 9-0, playing perfect defense as well. I mean, can't ask for a better start.
It's the freshman Peyton who's still on the mound. First pitch, foul ball at the plate. It's Summer Johnson. She flew out to left field on a great catch by Bree Hines her first time up. Peyton, though, completely in charge right now. She's got 8 scoreless innings to start her collegiate career and nearly at her second hit by pitch as Johnson dances out of the way. One of these talented freshmen on the team, the righty starting pitcher, giving her team a lot of great innings, and there's a strike at the bottom of the zone. I don't know if you saw, Ryan, but Bailey Kellum was just named Freshman of the Year for the Crossroads League on the basketball side as well. We may have one here on the mound as well for HU as she gets another ground ball left side. Duval picks it up, snaps it over to Mason. That's an early out. And, there's just a lot of really talented athletes on this campus right now, and a lot of them freshmen, sophomore, especially on this team as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think the freshman talent pool that they've brought into HU this year, especially in all of athletics, has really been impressive. I mean, obviously, like you said, Bailey Kellum, you and me announced a lot of her games. She killed it in those games, and now the freshmen on this team are killing it as well.
Yeah, it's always nice to see freshmen come in and make an instant impact. It's tough to do going from high school to college. I mean, athletes go through it all the time, but also, thankfully for Coach Ayler, there's a lot of these sophomore that kind of went through that struggle last year, and now, boom, they're right back into the hot seat and playing really great softball. It's a 2-0 as Peyton tries to get back into the zone. That one a little outside, and now it's 3-0. Peyton, though, so far really in control. I mean, she's only given up the one hit, one error as well, but obviously that's not on her stat line. She's struck out a few, as that's a pitch in there for strike one. It's now 3-1.
Yeah, like you said, she's had major control of this game. I mean, while the headset was getting fixed, I was out there watching. I mean, she was doing exactly what she needed to as a pitch, leading the team on defense.
That's a hit by pitch as Patton is going to be on for the second time. That's the second hit by pitch by Peyton. And on the day, not many base runners, but if you're going to get something going to get back into this game, it starts with something like that for IU South Bend.
Yeah, that's all they need. Get a runner on base, put a little bit of pressure on, and then try to maybe get a single or a bunt here.
Baker waits at the plate as Peyton goes through the signs. And here's the pitch. Lifted to center field. Tharp back on it, makes the grab. And that's 2 down, and that's a quick out as Peyton loses the last hitter, gets right back on track there.
Yeah, that's what she does. I mean, I think that the hitter swung a little bit too early, which led to the pop fly, but good pitch from the pitcher there and good catch.
So Emma Peyton now trying to get through 4 scoreless for the second straight start as that one doesn't spin back into the zone. It's Jordan Watts at the plate. Tharp, who made the last catch, caught the ball off the bat of Watts her first time up. Peyton's pitch is too far outside. Goheen with a great glove to keep that off the backstop.
She's got a couple of those really hard ones that have kept the runners from running.
Yep, keep the base runners where they are at the moment. Wind blowing in right now, so the home run ball not as much of a threat right now as that one's going to be pushed by the wind out of the play behind us and over the press box. You know, this is part of HU's campus that's been updated a little bit as well. Obviously, the new press box we're in, a little tighter than maybe the baseball press box, but we're here and we're happy. We're all close. And just adding to this campus as this one's driven to left field. Hines going back. She's not going to get to that one. On the move is the runner who's going to score from first. The throw from Reck goes to third, and that's the first run of the day as Jayla Patton comes around on an RBI double by Jordan Watts.
And how about that for IU South Bend? That's exactly what they need, just to get at least 1 point on the board, as you don't want to go down 10-0 coming down in the fifth inning.
Yep.
So good hit.
It's a good swing by Watts. She hit a ball hard the first time up, and she does it the second time. This time she finds some grass, and that'll leads to Danielle Gebhardt, who's back up. And before she steps in, looks like Peyton wants a new softball. Not a bad crowd here on a Wednesday afternoon, a chilly Wednesday afternoon, not the warmest of days, but better than yesterday with the rain coming in as well, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, you'll take gloomy weather over rainy weather for a softball game for sure.
So that's Peyton's first run given up in a Forester uniform, as the first pitch is out too wide, ball 1. Gebhardt, her first time up, flew out to the right fielder, Gina Moore. The outfielder's in very shallow right now for HU. The pitch is up and out of the zone again. It's 2-0. And this Forester team gets no break at all because they turn around tomorrow and play a really solid Indiana Tech team up in Fort Wayne. And then it's kind of on. You're approaching Crossroads League play and see if they can keep their winning ways going, as that one's down too low, and all of a sudden it's 3-0 on Gebhardt.
Yeah, these are the games where you want to stay in control, get a win. I mean, I won't say an easy win because no game is easy, but compared to the really competitive Crossroads Leagues games, you want to win these ones.
That's a walk, so runners now on first and second. After Peyton was just a couple pitches away from getting out of the fourth, Coach Aaron Ayler is going to step out on the mound and talk to her freshman. I would be extremely surprised if Peyton leaves this game. I think the message here is, hey, your team put you up 9-1. Let's keep throwing strikes and attacking that zone.
Yeah, she's got to trust her fielders to do the work, because I've seen a couple of these where she's throwing a little bit more outside, trying to get the batters to swing, but that's not how you get it done. You've got to trust your fielders and trust that they'll get the outs.
So it'll be Taylor Larson, who hit a single up the middle her first time, stepping up to the plate. Peyton, now on the day, 63 pitches. That's her first walk. She has hit 2 batters and just 1 earned so far. Peyton waits on Larson. Now she delivers. That pitch is outside again. It's the same miss, maybe just in a little adjustment with the release, and she can get right back into the zone.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. She's a very talented pitcher.
Peyton's pitch, once again outside. Goheen stabs it away again, and now the count's 2-0. It's interesting how pitchers can be in such a rhythm, and then maybe one pitch leaves their hand. They kind of have to readjust. That's what Peyton's trying to do, as this one's lofted to the right side, and Gina Moore makes a nice running grab to put out the fire. That'll send us to the bottom of the fourth. It's still Foresters right now, up 9-1 when we come back. Welcome back to Huntington University. We'll reset here real quick. It's Preston Husband, it's Ryan Holzapple, and it's HU softball on FDN Sports. I mean, shout out to our crew. They worked really hard to get this ready for us today, and it's not a perfect day out there, but it's a great day for softball, and so far it's been a great day for HU as well.
Well, it shows the level of joy that this FDN Sports crew puts into these broadcasts. As we are a little bit undermanned for for this game, but we tried our hardest. We got some cameras up. We got another camera out on the field over there to give you a nice
little center
view
field
of the pitch.
View.
Yeah, and we got the announcer boxes, so we're
ready to roll. So it'll be Kylie Fisher who steps up for the first time today. She's batting in Gina Moore's spot. So Fisher, another freshman and a young player that's getting an opportunity in her home debut out of Markleville, Indiana, went to Pendleton Heights. Outfielder, bats left, throws right, 5'4", and this lineup filled with lefties. And here's another one, and a young hitter that gets a chance. It's kind of nice in these games to give some of these players opportunities that maybe don't get as much time. Step in, get a few at-bats against a college arm.
Well, this is why they have these D2 games, and the games that aren't Crossroads League game before them is to get the young players some chances to really get used to college play and get ready for the tough Crossroads League games.
Fisher waits in from the left side. First pitch too high. Here's the 1-0. Fisher stares at it outside, and now it's 2-0. Could be mistaken, but it also looks like there might be a change coming for Courtney Mason on deck as well. The pitch. Fisher, a little late, fouls it off to the left side. Count is 2-1. You know, ever since it was kind of a rough start on the mound for Savannah Hamilton, Jayla Patton stepped right in and has done a great job kind of calming things down for the Titans.
Well, you could see 4 runs in the first, 5 runs in the second. I mean, they're giving up runs left and right, and she's really calmed them down, like you said.
Fisher sees another ball, and now she's up in the count 3-1. Gina Moore, who she is hitting for, 1 for 1 on the day with a double and a sac fly as well. I believe it was Moore that made the running grab, but they both have the green warm-ups on, so I may be mistaken. Pitch, Fisher knocks one through the left side, and she replaces Moore with a single, and this Forester offense just keeps rolling right now.
Yeah, their offense has really been unstoppable here to start. I mean, the nine early scores in the 2 first innings, and they're continually getting to the bases, and I mean, as a coach, that's what you want.
So we go from a freshman to a senior as Weinbrenner now steps in, hitting for Courtney Mason. The pitch from Patton is right over the heart of the plate, strike number 1. Weinbrenner getting an opportunity out of Albion, Indiana. Spent her high school days at Central Noble. That pitch is too high, as it's an aggressive lead by Fisher down at first.
Yeah, she's really trying to put the pressure on the catcher there to throw the ball.
Yep, Leisure's done a nice job behind the plate. We'll see if they do test the arm up 9-1. Weinbrenner fouls it off of her leg. She's in the box, so it'll be 1-2. Mason, who is having a great day at the plate, 2 RBIs, 1 for 2, being replaced by Weinbrenner at the moment. And she could come back in and play defense, so something to still watch as Weinbrenner is able to sit back and punch the breaking ball off to the right side. It's going to be a foul ball. Count stays 1-2. First game started at 3. Second game scheduled for 5. We'll see if that happens. And really, it needs to happen because there's no lights here at the softball field. So things get a little more dangerous when you start playing around 6:30 here, with sunlight ending at about around 6:45 nowadays. So we'll see if HU can maybe pile a few more on and end it in the 5th.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, with the way that their offense has been, I mean, the sky's the limit for this team, and we'll see.
Weinbrenner hanging in there. She fouled another one off. Here's the 1-2 from Patton. That one's high. Count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jocelyn getting a chance to hit right now for Courtney Mason. One senior hitting for another. Here's the pitch. Weinbrenner stays alive again, fouls that one back to the screen.
This is something that I saw when I wasn't announcing it earlier, which was they're always getting their bat on the ball and not allowing any strikeouts, and that's, I think partly helping them wear out the pitchers a little bit, wear out their arm, is making them continually have to throw. Yeah,
they're doing a great job staying alive on some of these borderline pitches as Weinbrenner does it again, but this time she drops it into right field, and it's back-to-back pinch hit singles now for Weinbrenner, and Fisher goes up to second base.
I mean, that was a perfect little drop hit there, right in between the infielder and the outfielder. I mean, you can't get a better single than that.
So it's now not Nigel Arek, it's Natalie Hazelby who will step in to hit. A pitcher and a first baseman out of Columbia City, just a sophomore. One of those other sophomores that's getting a chance as she's laid on the first pitch, fouls it to the left side. So Hines at the moment subbed out for Hazelby. Hines, another one, having a great afternoon at the plate, but really most of the Foresters have.
Yeah, I mean, there really hasn't been many Foresters that have struggled so far here on offense.
Here's the pitch. Hazelby lifts it left side, looking for a play at the fence. Unable to make the catch over at third was Danielle Gebhardt. Just ran out of room, but the count, no balls and 2 strikes. A little bit of foul ground here, but not a ton. Still definitely a chance to make a play, but it quickly runs out of room down the left and right field line. The pitch. That one's too far outside. Count is 1-2. Patton started this game as the designated player. She's now on the mound. Defense around the infield and outfield remains the same with Hamilton out of the game. Pitch. Outside again, counts 2-2.
I like the pressure that that HU's putting on the pitchers as they're making them go outside, because they're getting their bat on every single ball that comes inside the pitcher in the catcher's box, and so they're making them trying to strike them out by throwing balls.
There's another one as it's gone from 0-2 to 3-2, and yeah, it seems like any pitch in the strike zone right now, HU's getting a lot of contact and good contact on, so that's maybe forcing Patton to try to pitch on the edges. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That one once again fought off left side, running, diving catch in left field. A nice play by Caitlin Allen. And that's the first out there. As once again, it was a great swing that time by Hazelby. You are upset with the result, but it's still a great piece of hitting and a really quality at bat.
Yeah, I mean, the more pitches that the pitcher has to throw, the more tired that she's going to get, and the more substitutions that they're going to have to use. And that's all you can really look for, is eventually get them tired, and you're going to get some hits off of that.
Kinsey Westerhouse will now step in out of Monticello, Indiana. The junior getting her first at bat of the day. First pitch from Patton, too far outside, ball 1. So that's now 4 straight new hitters, and it's a good thing we brought our rosters along today. And our pronunciation guys as well, right?
Yeah.
Got to make sure you know how to say all the names. 1-0 pitch. Westerhouse takes inside. Count is 2-0. Chloe Gregory is waiting on deck, so that'll be the first actual scheduled hitter of the inning to hit if it stays that way. Westerhouse. 2-2-0 pitch, from Patton, down too low. Count quickly 3-0. In a game like this, you probably give your hitter the green light, but with Westerhouse just stepping in, we'll see if she's taken on a 3-0 pitch, and she'll do just that. Count is now 3-1. HU scored 4 in the first, 5 in the second. Since then, it's just 1 run from IU South Bend in the top of the 4th, and now the count is all the way back to full at 3-2.
That was a really nice pitch. It looked like it was maybe going to a little bit high and then dipped right at the end. That's a beautiful pitch.
Patton trying to work through another scoreless inning. First 2 got on via the single. The pitch is at the bottom of the zone. Maybe a generous call there as Westerhouse goes down looking. That's the first strikeout for the HU hitters today, and now it's back-to-back outs, and it's up to Chloe Gregory to keep the inning alive.
Well, that pitcher subbing of Patton really paid off for South Bend here. I mean, first strikeout of the game.
Gregory stares at a strike. So far, Chloe 0 for 2 on the day, flew out to right and then grounded out to the third baseman her last time up. Looking to get that bat going is the sophomore second baseman. The pitch. Gregory this time takes a changeup, and that falls in. The count is 0-2. So Huntington was looking to put up another crooked number, but right now it's Patton just 1 pitch away from getting through another scoreless frame. Ground ball left side off the glove of the third baseman, and that's going to be an infield single for Gregory as she hits that one hard right at the third baseman Gebhardt. And now it's Foresters on every single base, 3 singles in this inning.
Bases loaded was possible grand slam, huh?
Yeah. Nigella Reck might be thinking that as she steps in. She's playing shortstop now. She takes first pitch fastball, strike one. Nigella, we already mentioned, on the the volleyball team as well. So one of those rare two-sport athletes at the collegiate level. Trying to come up in a big way right now with the bases loaded with Foresters, and that'll work as she's hit by a pitch. It's an RBI for Rec, and now the Foresters lead 10-1.
And besides that last pitch there, I mean, Patton was on a roll there. I mean, multiple strikes in a row right inside the corner pockets, leading to a lot of strikes. And Patton's on a roll, but we'll see if HU can break it.
So now HU will bring up to the plate Maddie Goheen, who is still looking for her first hit of the year. So Goheen waits, the pitch lifted to right center field. There's her first hit of the year. Goheen knocks in two with an RBI single to right, and the Foresters now up 12-1 in complete control.
Yeah, and that's what we're looking for. I mean, that was a perfect hit right in between the right and the middle outfielder. Led to two RBIs there. What a play.
So that brings around two more Foresters. Goheen collects her first and second RBIs of the year. And now it's runners on the corners, as now Tharp will step in. 9-hole hitter today. Stairs, first pitch fastball. And now if they hold this lead, Ryan, HU can close this game out in the next inning.
Yeah, I mean, all they have to do is play some defense with this lead, and they got it.
Tharp down 0-1. She's 1 for 2 on the day. The pitch way out in front of a changeup, and now the count's 0-2.
That was a really nice pitch there. Looked like it was going straight up the middle, and the dip at the end. Can't make a much better pitch than that.
So Rec on third, Goheen on first, 2 outs. Pitch. Too far outside. Count is 1-2. Tharp came in as a .333 hitter. She's kept it right around that area today, and she's trying to add on to already an 11-run lead. Patton's 1-2. Another good changeup, and it's a strikeout swinging as Tharp goes down. The umpire is going to make the catcher go and tag Tharp. She'll oblige, and that'll be the end of the inning. We head to the top of the 5th. Foresters trying to close out the Titans when we come back.
This is how we like to do it.
Back at Huntington University, the Foresters in charge right now, up 12-1. And Ryan, the offense really has been sharp again today, but what another performance by Emma Payton on the mound, who's given a lot of great innings so far in this young season for Coach Ayler and the Foresters.
Yeah, I mean, she's really is the reason that they have complete control of this game. I mean, like you said, their offense has been really sharp so far this game, but as well as their pitching and defense has been incredible. I mean, that's what's keeping South Bend from scoring and why they're down 1-12. So we'll look if Emma Payton can close this game here in this inning.
Payton will be looking for her second straight complete game. She pitched in a 10-run rule game the last time out when the Foresters beat Kaiser 11-0. Today, the difference is the same. The score's a little different, 12-1, and Emma Payton in her first 2 collegiate games could pitch back-to-back complete games, and that is so impactful because the Foresters now save arms, and if everything goes to plan, you know, Carly Franklin comes down, throws another good game. HU's in a great spot for their doubleheader tomorrow against a great Indiana Tech team as well.
Yeah, you always want to come into games like, especially tough games like that, on a roll and in a groove. And if they can win back-to-back games, especially with the way that they're pitching and the way that they're hitting, they'll be right on a roll and can take on Indiana Tech.
You know, we talked about how great Aaron Ayler was as a player, but on the other side, Kelly Martin for IU South Bend was a tremendous player as well. She was a 2-time first-team All-State high school player. Where she attended was Brandywine High School up in Michigan. Then 3 years she played at Western Michigan in the MAC, and then transferred to Bethel, where she was 22-5 with a 1.77 ERA. So both of these coaches, tremendous collegiate pitchers in their career.
Well, and that's really important to be coaching a team, is to have that experience, and also it commands respect from your players, because they know how good you are. They know that your opinion is generally to be respected, because you know what you're talking about, because you were a good player back in your day, and I think that's a huge advantage for both teams. So
Reese Douglas is going to be the hitter. Couple of changes as that first pitch is down from Peyton. So far today, Emma, 4 innings pitched, 66 pitches, 1 earned, 2 Ks, 1 walk. So not a ton of strikeouts, but pitching to contact and keeping that pitch count down. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss as Douglas goes fishing for that one. And really, it's not all about strikeouts either way. I mean, you get out there and you're efficient, you give your team solid innings. That's really all that matters. Pitch, popped up center field. Back goes Tharp. She'll make the easy grab. And the Foresters now just 2 outs away from winning game 1 of the doubleheader.
Yeah, like you said, it's not really all about strikeouts. Pitching is a lot more than that. It's trusting your fielders to get the outs for you, and just throwing strikes and trying to do your best to get them out, and that's what she's done, and it's worked really well for Peyton so far.
So it's Grace Swanigan who's up to the plate now. That first pitch down. And if you look at Grace's name, it looks like Swangin, but it's actually Swanigan. So interesting. As Swanigan will wade in. Here's the pitch. That one looked to be a breaking ball that got away from Peyton. And the count is 2-0. Swanigan hitting in front, or in place of Josie Ramers. That's another one that gets away from Peyton. I think that what we're seeing with Peyton on some of these pitches, she's really trying to work on a breaking ball. And she can't quite get it turned over, but she's really working hard because that's maybe something she wants to add to her repertoire. We do have an update from Forester SID, Joanne Green, letting us know that it is spitting rain a little bit. So maybe it's not a breaking ball she's trying to work on. She just can't get a grip.
Yeah, it could be that.
Always like those updates. We can't tell because it's nice and warm up here, you know?
Yeah, nice and toasty up here.
3-1 pitch. That one is low, and it'll be Swanigan with a walk. And that's another base runner, as we'll wait and see if there's any more changes come to the lineup for IU South Bend. And it will be a change. It's going to be Aubrey Gearhart who steps up to the plate. Gearhart, a junior out of Plainfield, Indiana, in her 3rd season with IU South Bend.
My hometown right there, Plainfield, Indiana.
There you go.
Yeah.
Here comes the pitch. That one's up too high. As Gearhart. Yeah. I think we're wrong about Gearhart being from Plainfield. Looked at the wrong player there. So they actually don't list where she's from, so we can just make it up. Winnemac. All right. So she's a transfer from Indiana Wesleyan. We don't even need our stat sheets. We've got our SID in our ear about the weather, and we've got, I don't know who it is down here. Stats. Addie Hart. Okay. I mean, this is great. This is when you broadcast at the big time level, Ryan, you get a stats person.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, this is crazy. I didn't even get that for basketball.
No, we did not.
Count is 3-1. Well, when the roster's not updated, it's hard to know. So
yeah.
You're taking a look and trying to figure out who's who. So we know who it is. We just didn't know where she was from, as now that's a strike on the outside corner.
Haley Fair. Might have been on the softball team back when I was in high school.
Yeah, I guess so. So Gerhardt waits in. Peyton trying to get another strikeout. Runner on first. Forrester's up 11. Here's the pitch. Fouled straight back. So Gerhardt's got to be a little familiar with the Forresters, as she's a transfer from Indiana Wesleyan down in Berrien, Indiana. Their men's basketball team just got rocked by Grace in the Crossroads League Championship last night.
What basketball team didn't get rocked by Grace this season?
I know,
besides HU?
I know which team. That one's popped to the left side, caught by Duval, and now the Foresters just 1 out away. They'll surely be the #1 overall seed, and we'll find out tomorrow night.
Yes.
As the NAIA has their selection show.
They're doing a little watch party up in the upper hub. The basketball team is.
There we go.
Exciting.
I heard you're buying the food.
Yeah.
Johnson steps in, first pitch outside, ball 1. Johnson on the day has hit a fly ball to left field and then has grounded out to the third baseman Duval as well. Peyton's looking for her second straight complete game and her second career game popped up. Behind the plate, Goheen gives it a look, gives off to Duval, and that will end it. As able to hold on to the ball was Jess Duval. HU moves to 1 game over 500. We're going to keep it really short here for the post game because we've got another one coming in just a little bit. It's all Foresters in game 1, 12-1 winners over IU South Bend. For Preston Husband, Ryan Holzapple, we'll be back in just a few moments.